loose puck, and we talked about moving his feet, and when he moves his feet, he creates things, and he scores himself some goals too.
Overall, does it kind of feel like a step forward from where you had been as a team?
Well, you know, if you look at the game overall, we seem to get better as the game went on. You know, first period wasn't a pretty period, and you know, we killed a lot of penalties, but you know, our penalty kill did a good job. And I thought the second was a little bit better, but the third was definitely our best period. And you know, we didn't say much during the game as coaches because you got to let these guys work their way out of it. And I think, you know, whether we yell or keep correcting them, I don't think it's going to help them get out of it. Sometimes you got to work yourselves out of it, and I thought that kind of happened a little bit tonight.
When you guys started playing a little more physical, started taking your body a little more in the second period, it seemed like that's when you started playing your game.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I thought helped us get out of it too, and we had mentioned that after the first, you know, got to get a little bit more physical here. We seem to be playing at the end of our sticks, and you know, sometimes it takes a couple of hits here and there and it gets the team going, but we got better that way. But also I thought, like in the third period, you could see the confidence in us moving the puck a little better than we had been in a long time. So, you know, all those kind of things started coming around, and you just hope that it continues to go in that direction and that we don't have to take a step back.
Claude, you brought up the point on Brad's goal, the play that he made at the blue line to kind of start his own play. Was it kind of a risky thing to do at the same time too? Was it good to see him, you know, have the confidence to
yeah, it was a risky. I mean, if they bat it down, it's a different situation. But I'm talking about he made the play, and then not only that, he came back high enough to make that play, and then also he was started heading right to the net as soon as he made the pass. So those are the things that Brad's known for. And even on that goal against, you know, he said, comes in, takes a shot, goes behind the net, and he blows by both his line mates to come back, and he did a great job of back checking, you know, and on that play. So all that to say that when his feet are moving, he's a much better player.
How much going to help offensively having a guy like Torrey Krug who's going to give you goals and has been giving you goals from the defenseman position?
Well, it helps because that's what we talked about, Joe, for years now, that we needed some guys that could, you know, carry the mail, as we say, and jump into the plays. And he did a good job again tonight. He seems to find the right times to jump in and get some opportunities. But you know, there was other guys. I thought Z, you know, a couple of times just drove right through, almost scored second period. And our Ds were a little bit more active tonight, which also helps.
Well, you knew that for Eriksson, that first game back was going to be tough with the concussion and the downs. But from what you saw from him tonight, you think it's going to be a quick kind of getting back to where he was before?
You know, again, you've seen what happens sometimes with concussions, right? It all depends on the individual, but you know, it's about him pushing himself, trying to get his game, you know, to the next level, and continue to push. And I know he's worked hard in practice, and you know, like you guys, you know, we know he's very capable of much more, and he will give us much more. But you know, he's coming off a pretty serious injury where I feel we're fortunate to have had him back this quickly. There's been guys that have missed months with those kind of hits, so you know, we'll take it for what it's worth and give him a little bit of some breathing room here to find his game.
I feel like you dodged a bullet a little bit there with the hit that Kelly took too. That was like a pretty good nail.
Yeah, I don't know what what the league's going to do with it, and we're kind of thankful he came back, and you know, it was only gone for a few minutes, but you know, those are kind of things that are dangerous in our game.
You need a win like that, considering who's next with Toronto, another big revenge game, you know, kind of like what you had against Pittsburgh.
Well, you know, yeah, in a way, and I think what we have to make sure here is that, you know, we know Toronto's a good team. They're a good skating team. They've really come along a lot in the last, you know, probably year and a half, and their team going in the right direction. And I think they've earned the respect that they've gotten so far. And I think we know that we're going to have to be at our best for those reasons, but also for the fact that you know, we don't feel like we're playing our best hockey, and in order to beat them, we're going to have to be much better than we were even tonight.
Safe to say that with more, I guess, skating defensemen who join the rush more, and the kind of makeup of your back end changing, that you've needed maybe to get to kind of be at his best early on, and how do you feel he's kind of held up his end of the bargain there?
Yeah, well, we do, and I think you know, with that kind of I guess look from some of your Ds, you know that you may end up giving up a few more chances than you used to when you had a bunch of stay-at-home defensemen. You know, we did a great job of, you know, playing well defensively, not giving the other teams much. And when you're asking your Ds to jump in on the attack every once in a while, it's going to create some chances sometimes. And, you know, so those are things that are expected. And, you know, I think tonight it's not so much about our Ds jumping up on the attack. It was just that we were, you know, again, probably a little bit sloppy in our game, and we're giving those guys too much room and some scoring opportunities. So they had that, plus they had those, I think, 3 power plays in the first period, which gave them a lot of momentum.
We'll take 2 more. Sorry.